Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be tuning a 121 cube VVT CVO. So we've got, on top of that, we've got a Chromeworks full exhaust system, so header and slip-ons for it. And as I just said, we're going to be tuning it as well. So when I say tuning it, there is now a calibration. The day of filming this, in the last few days, there's been a calibration released for it. So it's literally just a flash tune for it at the moment, folks. Screamin Eagle are working on getting some adjustment for the tune, available adjustments for the tune as soon as they can. So guys, we're going to fit this exhaust system, put it on the dyno, see if it makes any difference. Then we'll put in this new tune that's just literally a flash tune. There's no adjustment at all, and we'll measure if there's any differences there at all, and then we're going to take it for a ride and see what it sounds like. So let's get into it. I should point out we are monitoring the AFRs. Now I know, I'll just turn the light on, I know that there are more accurate ways to check the AFRs, but we cannot adjust anything, so there's no point really trying to. We're just going to see what it is like this. We'll put the new calibration in and see if it changes the AFR. So this is accurate enough to see if there's going to be a difference. So. Righto guys, so with this Chromeworks system just bolted on here, did 3 pulls there as you saw, and we are making 110 horsepower and 125 foot-pounds of torque thereabouts. So a little bit of a gain over 106, not much, only a couple of horsepower. So yeah, let's put this base map in from Screamin Eagle and see what happens. Oh, actually before we do that, let's take a look at our air-fuel ratio. So front cylinder is the top one here, this is the front cylinder, this is the rear. So we are pretty lean at 14 to 1, 14.1, 14.2. Now remember, this is not the most accurate way to measure it. This will see a difference because I'm measuring way back there at the back of the pipe. But if this Screamin Eagle calibration does make a difference, we will see, it will reflect here because we're sampling from the same spot. Alright guys, I've just got this, they call it a BCI now rather than a VCI, so I just paired it all up to the bike. It's doing its upload now just to refresh with the latest software, hence the new calibrations for these VVT CVO engines. Once I get this in, we're going to program it in. Obviously there's no adjustment, it's just literally a direct flash map, so not much to do at all other than just see what happens on the dyno here. So it will be interesting. As you know, we are monitoring the air-fuel ratios just to see if they are richening it up or whatever for the, I believe this calibration is just for the air cleaner and slip-ons that they have available, so I can't see there being too much of a difference, but we will find out guys, so let's just wait and see. Alright guys, so we just opened up the calibration here. It just explains that Street Glide, or 2023 Street Glide and Roadglide CVO models can only use the base calibration at this time. Tuning functions for these models are coming soon. Okie dokie, well straight away it opens up to our default lambda table or AFR table. I like to look at AFR because it's much more simple. So it looks like we've got a huge closed loop area here, so all that's closed loop. This is closed loop, all that, and all that. Obviously I'm not surprised to see that being, you know, a factory bike, but 14.5, 14.4 through there, so just a general target for that thing. Closed loop, if you don't know what closed loop means, that just means the O2 sensors are sending, it's making changes to the AFR based on the inputs from the O2 sensors, what it's sensing in the exhaust. So anyway, out here, 90% map, 90 map, it's got a target here, wide open at 12 to 1, 12 to 1, 12.4, 12.4, and right down there 11.7. That'd just be something really stupid just to richen that right up. But so the target's not silly lean, but yeah, it's actually quite respectable. What else we got over here? So we've got base pulse width front cylinder. Let's look at that. So this will be, yeah, based on our throttle position. This would be, I'm assuming, so this is not VE based, obviously. What have we got here? We've got fuel correction factor front cylinder as well. No adjustment either, guys, so you know there's no, we can't do anything. We're just literally viewing this, but I don't know how much this has changed from the OEM one either, so unfortunately we can't look at that one. But look at our spark table here, folks. Where are we sort of cruising along here? Yeah, it's quite normal. You have to remember there is advance, you know, it has advance and retard on this. So down here, wide open, we've got a max of 17 degrees there, but of course, you know, you add 10 degrees to that, you've got 27, which is respectable in some ways. And what else? We've got a spark advance, so the head temp, so you know, it'll pull a bit of timing out once the head gets to a certain temperature. RPM limit 5900, yeah, so there's not much we can do there. And AFR enrichment, so we can't do anything, guys. We're just looking at this. So anyhow, let's get this flashed in here and see if it makes a difference to our base runs. Well, we made some more power, which is good. We're now making 114 horsepower, and the torque's the same, 127 we snuck up to there on the last one at nearly 115 horsepower, 127 foot-pounds. But what I'm going to do, folks, just for argument's sake, let's see how, let me turn the light on. Let's see how restrictive this air filter is. So I'm just going to pull this off real quick, and we'll just get direct atmosphere injection into there. With no restrictions, and we'll see how much this filter's holding it back. Right, so we've got the air filter off. It's just basically a big box with a tiny little filter on the end of it. So let's see how much restriction this guy has. What a difference that air cleaner makes, guys. That thing is hell restrictive. Check this out. We are now making 125 horsepower and 132 foot-pounds of torque. So that air cleaner is essentially robbing 11 horsepower as a factory air filter. Unbelievable. Just a bit of a recap, folks. So we started out there just with the Chromeworks full system put on here. We were making 110 horsepower, 125 foot-pounds of torque, and then we put the Screamin Eagle base calibration in there. The best we got was 114.9 and 127 foot-pounds of torque. And we took the air filter off, guys. We're making 125 horsepower and 132 foot-pounds of torque. So that air filter, there is definitely room for improvement there. I know they do have the big wedge one and that, so obviously when we get that, we'll be fitting it to this bike. I know the owner won't even wait, he will just, like, I won't even have to ask him, he'll just tell me, why didn't you fit it already? So that's pretty respectable horsepower, 125 and 132. That is really impressive straight out of the box. So yeah, obviously the air filter, very, very restrictive. We'll address that with the wedge one when we get one here at the shop. We'll fit it up and go from there. But I can't wait to see what the future holds for these VVT 121 cube engines, folks. Well, thanks for checking out the video, folks. Just wanted to see what these new CVOs are all about. Pretty impressive gains there to be had. Obviously the air filter is quite restrictive, as we just seen, but the thing sounds great on the road. Unfortunately, there is a speed limiter on the bike, as you saw there as well, 162 kilometers an hour. I mean, that you can tell it just wants to pull right through there and just go. But unfortunately, at the moment, there's nothing we can do about that at the minute. But trust me, in time, there will be adjustment and there will be full tuning capabilities for these things, which I'm very, very much looking forward to getting involved with and sinking my teeth into, folks. If you want to check out a bit more inside this engine, I've got a video here. If you just click on this little box here, it will take you straight to a video where I was down in Sydney at Harley-Davidson, Australia. Had one of these things pulled apart and checked it right out, folks. So click on that video, check it out. And yeah, thanks for watching this one, folks. I'll see you again next time.